to this very special episode of NBA 2K TV. I'm Alexis Morgan.
And I'm Chris Manning. Special episode because we have reached number
200.
Here's Tatum and
Give me a food.
You play 2K.
All the time.
You act.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And now you have an album. Anything you can't do?
I can't lose to playing you.
Phoenix, Arizona. Payday. Well, you're right, DA. A big lift for their offense. And he defends, too. We're going to break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Take a look at Utah. They've had a great season, and we'll look to extend that into the playoffs. And, of course, the Suns. Not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And I think for Utah, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
Yeah, even so, though, I'm sure they're not satisfied just being near the top of the standings. They're going to be looking to make a major push as this season winds down.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the three. And for the Suns, Rubio and Booker. They're the backcourt. Johnson is out there with Bridges, and it's Ayton in at the center.
Let's remember that Donovan Mitchell's first love was baseball. His father played in the minors, coached in the majors. Donovan himself was a star player in high school. It wasn't until he broke his wrist that he decided to dedicate himself to the game of basketball.
Clock at 6. Here's Ayton. Makes it off the glass.
Well, DeAndre Ayton should own the paint. Nice touch there.
Bridges with the steal. And Phoenix pushing it up now. And Booker kicks to Johnson. The pass to Rubio. Just 5 on the clock. Bridges passes to Ayton. Phoenix needs to get off his shot. Bridges misses. And Doris, you mentioned baseball where he played pitcher and shortstop. But Mitchell doing just fine, I think, in basketball.
No doubt, Kevin. He's come a long way since high school because back then he was a power dunker and defender. But his transformation into an elite offensive player in the NBA, this is just a credit to this young man's work ethic.
Now Gobert after Devin Booker missing on that last three-pointer. Mitchell against Booker. They get it again. Second shot opportunity. Gobert finds Ingles. Mitchell wide open. Gets an open look and hits. Mitchell's got 6.
How impressive is the catch-and-shoot game of Donovan Mitchell? I'll tell you, you better be there on the catch or he's going to make you look silly.
Conley against Rubio. Feeds it to Johnson. And the Suns miss again.
Just one made field goal in 5 tries. Not a good start.
In the corner, O'Neal with it. Kicks to Ingles. Outside Conley. Mitchell looking it over. Beyond the arc. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Scoring efficiency was an issue in that one. Took them too many shots to get their points.
I think, Greg, it was a lot of bad decisions leading to a lot of poor looks. Patience was not their best quality in that basketball game.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Sharge comes in for Johnson. And it's Carter in for Booker. .158 left here in the opening quarter. Here's Clarkson. Gets a hand on it. Sharge grabs the board. Suns trail by 4. Jerome passes to Bridges.
That's the idea. You work the ball into that area. It's a sweet spot.
1:39 left in the first.
Well, you look at the Suns going forward. They have got to believe a big part of the puzzle is DeAndre Ayton. This guy was the #1 overall pick in last year's draft.
Now here is Davis. And they double up Davis out to the right wing. Here's Gobert. And Baines pulls it down. For Phoenix, they've gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. The shot by Carter. Nobody around. Drops in the tray. Doris Ayton, a terrific rebounder. He can score in the paint. And, of course, he is still improving.
Yeah, what you like about DeAndre Ayton, Kev, is he doesn't just rely on his God-given talent. This guy knows he needs to be more consistent with the jumper, improve his overall defensive awareness, but this guy is willing to put in the work to become a complete and great NBA player.
Pass to Jerome. Shot from 16. Utah with the rebound.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
Clarkson finds Moutier. The Jazz working the ball around now. Gobert can't hit. Last outing for Utah, it was a loss to Oklahoma City. Here's Carter, plenty of space. Off target on the 15-footer. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the Jazz. Last time they met was in Utah.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
Well, so many of their problems stem from turnovers. They simply could not take care of the ball, and it cost them in that matchup.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Rudy Gobert talks about his expectations for the team.
Every day I want to keep getting better, and you know, people didn't really believe in our team a few years ago.
Well, and as a competitor, this is what you should be thinking, and Greg, you should be talking about winning a title.
For sure. I mean, it'll take a lot of work, but Gobert sounds like he's up for the challenge of proving the doubters wrong.
And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And the guys, what's your take on Utah so far?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Yeah, the defense hasn't been there. They are getting hammered on second chance opportunities.
On the floor for Utah, getting going here in the second quarter. Clarkson is out there with Moutier. And it's Rudy Gobert. And there's Davis. And it's Niang in at the 3 slot. Here's Moutier. And the layup's good off the glass. Moutier's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Jazz. One of the most voracious rebounders per minute in the NBA. Ed Davis out of North Carolina. Terrific player.
Well, he is, Kevin. He put in a ton of time in the weight room. His Portland teammates actually used to tease him and call him Shirt Off Ed. He has bulked up and likes to throw his weight around inside now.
Joe Ingles is checked in for Gobert. Here's Kaminsky. Ayton. It's good on the putback.
What a fantastic offensive rebounder. Ayton's so good at using his physical advantages.
And it's Davis finishing it off.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Count it. 6 points for DeAndre Ayton.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
Here's Niang. The basket good off the assist from Moutier.
And doing much better now in that first quarter, converting less than 30% of their field goal opportunities, bouncing back nicely here in the second.
And now Utah, fast break. Moutier with the ball, and Moutier throws it down.
You see the ability of Moutier to get into space and be a factor in transition.
Rubio against Moutier. And so it looks like the Suns will retain possession here. And now we'll look at the upcoming schedule for the Jazz. On Friday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans. And then on Saturday, they'll be taking on Jonas Valanciunas and the Memphis Grizzlies.
And that game against the Lakers, they can't come out playing timid. Just because they're facing the top team in the West, you've got to play your game, minimize mistakes, and if they do that, they got a chance at the W.
The putback, Davis on the follow. Davis has got 4 this quarter.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
On the wing, Johnson. Booker outside. From downtown, another three for Phoenix. A lot of competitors in this league, Doris, and you've got to be that way to play at this level. I know you have a list of competitors that you admire a lot.
It's those guys, Kevin, who have that insatiable desire to win. The guys who absolutely despise losing, who it almost hurts. It's painful physically. Giannis Antetokounmpo is driven to be great. He wants an NBA championship. LeBron James has got multiple titles and continues to pursue greatness. What I love about great NBA players, it's never enough, Kevin.
And the Jazz making a change here. Mitchell's checked in. Kicks it out to Rubio. Launches it. Trying to get open is Johnson. Here's Ayton. He feeds it to Kaminsky. Again, Phoenix.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Here's Conley, and he's going to get whistled for that foul. Gee, that was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Mikal Bridges checked in for the Suns.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Conley against Rubio. 1:22 left in the first half. Ayton attacking, and Ayton throws it down.
A nice job by DeAndre Ayton. Put it on the deck and finish with authority.
And already his third foul. It's got to be time to get him out of there probably until the third quarter.
I think most people consider Salt Lake City not a big free agent destination. So the Jazz are what they call a pipeline team. And what does that mean? It means they have to draft and develop their talent internally.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Ayton. Sharge comes in for Johnson. And it's Carter in for Ricky Rubio.
Absolutely tenacious guys. Stuck right on him defensively. Bothered that shot.
And it's sent back by Carter. Sharge against Ingles. Sharge dishes to Booker. Over Mitchell. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Got to recognize the situation, trying to get a 2-for-1.
Well, this is where the play call is crucial, right? If you're in a 2-for-1, you've got to get the first shot quickly.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Wow, gentlemen, the quick first step of Donovan Mitchell gets the advantage, and it's over.
Carter kicks to Booker. Pass to Baines. Shot from 12. Mike Conley with the rebound. Mitchell outside. Back to Ingles. Over Sharge. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And that's it for the... All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Utah found themselves in a close game in the first. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period with... And...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Donovan Mitchell really making a difference here.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Johnson is out there with DeAndre Ayton. And it's Bridges in at the small forward. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Monty Williams. And the upside for Ayton was always present. But Doris, were you surprised at how polished he was as a rookie?
Not at all, because DeAndre Ayton has got a big-time offensive game. This guy can finish with the best in the league right at the cup. You know he's dynamic on the offensive end, and this guy's only going to add strength and get better on the defensive end.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ayton. Conley, the pass to Mitchell. Jazz passing it around. Here's O'Neal. Offline with his three. So it's Rubio bringing it up for the Suns. It's a one-point game. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Out to the wing. 4 on the shot clock. From deep. For the lead, here's Ayton, and he banks in the layup. Ayton's got the lead up to 1 now for the Suns.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint. Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
And Rubio kicks to Ayton. Bridges against O'Neal. Now, here's Bridges. He's guarded closely. Banked in off the glass. Bridges has got 6 points.
80% shooting to start the third, 4 for 5.
Conley gets the bucket. Guys, we're not through 3/4 of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
And it's Royce O'Neal with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. So both teams changing it up here. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
Taking 2 shots.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
I tell you, this guy already a double-double threat nightly, and DeAndre Ayton's ceiling is still high. Now, he's got to go ahead and reach those expectations by putting in the work.
And O'Neal gets it to go. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Both teams getting it done defensively, as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far.
2 points, that one goes. Jerome's got the lead, back up to 1 now for the Suns. Johnson outside. And here's Booker from the arc. The putback, and Ayton stays with it.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
From deep 3-point range, Niang, no good.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Booker dishes to Ayton. Here's Johnson. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
I think the player most closely identified with the Phoenix Suns the last 3 years, obviously Devin Booker. You know, here's a guy who averaged well over 20 points. He can beat you with the pass as well. He's the piece that gives this team great hope for the future.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Carter, the pass to Baines, inside. O'Neal against Saric. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Suns lead by 5. And what's astounding Even with Booker, the Suns have been last, Doris, in three-point accuracy 2 straight seasons.
Yeah, and I think that speaks, Kev, to the roster construction. You need floor spacing to win games, and it can't be from just one guy. This franchise knows that. They just haven't been able to yet solve the problem.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Davis. Joe Ingles comes in for George Niang. And it's Conley in for Moutier. Stolen by Michael Conley. And now Utah, fast break. It's stolen by Carter. Fast break, here come the Suns. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Baines has got the lead up to 7 now for the Suns.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Boy, that is just too easy. As Gobert gets this close, forget about it.
Carter, the pass to Šarić. He kicks to Booker. Back to Šarić. Over Conley. Kaminsky. It's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Conley for 3. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. DeAndre, he has been the guy making things happen for Phoenix between his points and his rebound. A chance now to hear Coach Quinn Snyder talking to his team moments ago in the...
One of the biggest things is not...
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's Clarkson in at the 3 spot.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
Carter inside the 3-point line.
I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ball game.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. That one wide left.
Well, this is a night you look at your teammates and tap them on the back and say, good job, because for him, he's been struggling all night.
Devin Booker, he's checked in for the Suns. Conley with the 3. Šarić grabs the board. Suns leading by 7. Baines passes to Šarić. And that one drops.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Gobert and slam dunk by Gobert.
Man, he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open teammates at times before they realize they're open.
Šarić outside for the 3. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got 4 assists now tonight. And the Jazz call time here. The short rest, very important, and one of the benefits of this part of the game is getting on the same page with your team while having the chance to hydrate with Gatorade. Replenish your energy for the late game push. And the Suns making a change here. Ayton's checked in. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the last break, I heard Quinn Snyder talking with his team. He said, do you want this game? Don't tell me about it. Show me and show your teammates. We've got to play better, and we've got to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys.
And it's Rubio with the ball for the Suns. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Šarić outside. This is to Ayton. Shot clock at 6. And Ayton throws it down.
At his size, Dario Šarić can see the floor, and he knows how to put it on time and on target.
Rubio looking around to the paint. Looking for Ayton. He gets it in there. Gobert brings the double team. The offensive rebound. And Šarić kicks to Ayton. Here's Booker. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. And there's the call on Dario Šarić. That's his first foul. O'Neal's checked in for the Jazz. Conley against Rubio. Conley, the pass to O'Neal. As you can't help but notice the teams are shooting earlier in the shot clock. One theory being the faster you shoot, the more possessions you get. Well, and the numbers would speak to that.
No doubt, Kevin. And the reality is, for announcers and for fans, that breakneck pace makes it more exciting for us. One NBA coach told me this past year that your field goal percentage in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock gives you your best opportunity to make it. And the longer that shot clock goes on, the more your field goal percentage dips. So, hey, good for us, good for the fans, good for the teams.
And that's because the defense has a chance to settle, correct?
Exactly right.
Ingles against Saric. Pass to O'Neal. Can they get it? It's hauled in by the Suns. Saric has got 5 rebounds tonight. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Here's Ayton. Lays it up and banks it in. Ayton's got 20 points.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Suns.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort, a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And so the hard work and effort paying off tonight, putting another win in the books. That'll be win number 27.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
And looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for DeAndre Ayton.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
And it's slammed in by Bridges.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
Mitchell outside. There's the pass to O'Neal. The Jazz again can't hit it. Conley against Rubio. Bridges dishes to Rubio. Here's Ayton. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Where do I start? Where do I get my rhythm? Where do I get my groove?
I always start off with a bounce. You just start with a bounce, and then you see.
I'm part of the baddest game, most successful game in the world. I went to Portugal this year, and the young tour guide goes, "It's Doris Burke from 2K." It wasn't Doris Burke, the announcer. It was Doris Burke from 2K.
Oh! Okay, all right, that's it. That's payback. We're good. We're good. The game can end.
Oh! Yeah.
Our camera circling high above. Now it's ended. He is doing a great job. Thank you, D.A. Well, we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Adebayo.
On the boards, he's been a much bigger presence these last few years than he had been prior. And he can be counted on now to make an impact with his rebounding. And that's a product of all the work he's put in down low.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the 3 slot. And for Miami, Jones is out there with Adebayo. Then it's Robinson. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Nunn in at the guard position. And with this summer's acquisition of Mike Conley, Greg, the Utah Jazz hoping to make a step in the West.
And really, Mike Conley, their best point guard since they traded away Darren Williams back in 2011. Alongside Bogdanovich, a big upgrade offensively, and he can hold his own on the defensive side as well.
Well, they call Rudy Gobert the Stifle Tower, probably the game's most dominant rim protector.
And in today's game, that's not enough. You also have to come out of the paint and defend smaller players in switches. He straddles those two needs better than anyone in the league. Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
Nunn, that's good. Nunn's gotten 2 of his 3 shots to go tonight. Here's Conley. Here's Mitchell. Gobert trying to get open, and it's Mitchell missing.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over. Gives the team such a great element having a 1 guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
Nunn can't get it to fall.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And it's Mitchell with the jam.
Ooh, the one-hand tomahawk, guys. Somebody's going to get their feelings hurt.
Yeah, they got the entire bench up right there as they saw that and out of their chairs. French, and yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And with this summer's signing of Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat demonstrating they still can lure star talent to South Beach.
The Heat back on the rise. The Butler signing sets the stage for the summer of 2021 when they should have the cap space to sign another max player.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Conley against Adebayo.
Man, he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open teammates at times before they realize they're open.
Here's Nunn. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Nunn's got 10 points in the game.
Well, he doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
And Miami making a change here. A different look for Miami. Olynyk comes in for Bam Adebayo. And it's Iguodala in for Jimmy Butler. Conley inside the line. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
And never one to force the issue. Conley smoothly knocks that down.
And the pass to Hero. Gobert against Olynyk. Here's Iguodala. That one goes. Count it.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Conley, the pass to Niang. Crowder with the steal. Here's Iguodala, and the slam dunk by Iguodala.
Iguodala still very comfortable, even at the advanced ages, out in transition.
Jazz trail by 4. Passes it to Niang. Crowder with the steal. Iguodala, the pass to Olynyk, and the dunk by Olynyk.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Hero, no good. Jazz have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. And it's Mitchell missing. The Heat leading by 4. Down low. And Crowder with the basket on the assist by Iguodala.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
O'Neal gets to Conley. Buries it from three-point range. Conley's got 7 points. And so it's Crowder with it. He'll bring it up for Miami. Puts it up from 7. Here's Niang. Can't hit that one. Good work defensively by Crowder. Now here's Dragic, the fast break opportunity. And a wide open look for Iguodala. And there's another one for the Heat. 8 seconds left to play in the first. Conley dishes to Mitchell. Here's O'Neal. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And we'll be right back. The trade deadline is approaching, and Jimmy Butler talked about how it
are different for everybody, to tell you the truth.
Staying level-headed and ready for whatever's next. That's Jimmy's mindset, Greg, in a nutshell.
And it's fair to say that the level of professionalism and maturity he possesses is really impressive.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter getting going right now. And let's quickly break down the game we've been seeing from the Heat, guys.
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
So on the floor for Utah, Emmanuel Mudiay out there with Clarkson. Then it's Joe Ingles. Then there's Davis. And it's Niang in at the power forward position. And here's the upcoming schedule for the Heat. On Friday, they'll host the New York Knicks. Then on Saturday, they'll defend home court against the Chicago Bulls.
And for the matchup with the Bulls, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Hero, no good.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up and you can't knock it down.
Here's Mudiay. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Mudiay's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And Mudiay was given all sorts of room there, and he sinks that 3 like it was nothing.
Here's Dragic, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Mudiay with the basket. Mudiay's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And when Mudiay takes off on drives like that, it's almost impossible to be in front of him.
Pass to Leonard. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played, and the basket is good.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Brett, when you look back at all the stars you played against during your career, who was the biggest intimidator?
Well, I think about intimidating players, and the first word that comes to mind is Anthony Mason. I know he wasn't a bona fide player, but
right.
you know the role that he had for the teams that he played with, and Anthony Mason was a player you did not want to be playing against. During my era, most of the years that I had some successes and minutes on the floor, it was certainly Kevin Garnett. The way that KG approached every game, and you spent many seasons watching him very closely, from year 1 to year 18 or 19, KG came at you every game, every night, with the same kind of zest and excitement to compete.
Well put. Here's Niang. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And Davis now top of the key. Over in the corner, Moutier. A 3-ball. It's Adebayo with the rebound. The Heat with the lead. Here's Butler. Off with the layup. Jazz have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. No one near Moutier as he lets it go. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock.
Have to appreciate how comfortable Moutier looked taking that one. Released it as soon as he caught it.
Robinson against Clarkson. To the inside, Silva. The kick outside to Butler. 6 to shoot. And he uses the glass on the layup. Butler's got his first bucket in this one.
And Butler just exploits that pick and roll defense. A tough physical guy who's hard to guard in those sets.
The Heat making a switch here. Jones is checked in. And Utah also making a switch. Gobert's checked in. Now, here's Ingles. 20 points for him last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, but all around offensively, the performance was great. He knew when he had it going, but he also knew he could get other guys going. So his passing right up there on the level with his scoring in that one.
And here's a look at some numbers for Ingles. How the second half of the season has shaped up for him. He's getting around 8 points a game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
Andre Iguodala is checked in for Robinson. Then for the Jazz, O'Neal's checked in for Davis. Mitchell comes in for Jordan Clarkson, and Mike Conley subbed in for Emmanuel Moutier. And the shot goes in from Rudy Gobert. Miami trailing. Nunn passes to Jones. Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
Oh, why, dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. Now, here is O'Neal. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Ingles against Jones. Six on the shot clock. The Heat need to get a shot off. Butler, no good. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. To the middle. It's stolen by Adebayo.
And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
Every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
Jones, the pass to Nunn. Kicks it out to Jones. Shoots a 3. No good. Shot missing. And some good action through the... Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. Utah found themselves in a close game in the first. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50%. And that's...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. And for the Heat, they're shooting about 59% from the floor offensively. They've been running without a hitch.
And you ask around, his coaches and teammates love Donovan Mitchell. the way he carries himself, really infectious, upbeat, but also a born competitor.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. On the court for the Heat, they've got Jimmy Butler. Bam Adebayo is out there with Jones. Then it's Robinson, and it's Nunn in at the point. Here's Nunn. He's got 11. Pass to Butler. Back to Robinson. Here's Nunn. Good ball movement here by Miami. 5 to shoot. Here's Adebayo. And he makes good on the layup. And the Heat lead by 1. And going into the 2017 draft, Mitchell was a sleeper. Maybe even Greg to himself, he wasn't sure he was ready to make that leap.
And you know, Kevin, it was the NBA players he was working out with in the summertime who told him, man, you're ready right now. And a season that saw him second in Rookie of the Year votes validated that and built his confidence.
Here's Nunn. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Robinson, that's good.
Yeah, draw the D in, kick it out for the open shot. That's taking a page straight out of your textbook. Well done.
And there's the pass to Ingles from outside the arc. In the corner, O'Neal with it. And here's Conley outside. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
In a moment here, let's check out the numbers for Gobert. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month. He's right around 13 points a night, 10 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. And you talk about a difference maker. He's a factor inside with his length and activity.
When you look at bigs, you talk to them about 2 key components: protect the rim and pound the glass. And intimidation, that helps too.
And Miami going with a whole new group out there. Passes it to Olynyk. Launches a 3. And that one is off.
And after burying 3 straight shot opportunities, finally a miss there. Still feeling the momentum, though.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jimmy Butler has made several all-star teams, but he remains single-minded in pursuit of his bigger goal. Butler said, I just want to win a championship. That's all that matters. I didn't do it in high school, didn't do it in college. If I don't win it here, then I'll go to the 50 and over league someday. But I got to win a championship at some stage. Kevin?
I like that attitude. Thank you, D.A. And that one's good by Davis.
If there's a skill set you'd like your point guard to have, that's exceptional court vision. Mudiay shows it off there with that assist.
Here's Dragic. Lays it up off the glass. Dragic has got his second bucket tonight.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Good. Ray, you suited up for 6 teams in your NBA career. What do you think about some of the front offices that you came across during that playing time?
I think when you find a front office, when you move from franchise to franchise, is what it is that they value most. And there were some franchises, quite frankly, Kevin, that I played for where they just wanted you to show up on time, get there, play the game, and leave. Those franchises end up having a lot of struggle to find some footing in the league. They also find trouble finding attraction from free agency because people understand the culture just isn't there. There are other teams that do so many other things well, Kevin. You feel so much more valued as a player throughout your course of your career. Those are the places that end up sticking with you. And I think the league is doing a great job from top to bottom, moving in that direction. Now, some are doing it better than others. That will always be the case. But the idea around finding more completeness for what it is you provide a player is a great thing for everybody.
Mitchell, he's checked in for Utah. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Now, here's Olynyk. Rebounded by Donovan Mitchell. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Utah Jazz. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Here's Olynyk. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. 6 points for Kelly Olynyk.
And really, the improvement as a finisher is noticeable for Kelly Olynyk.
And as we conclude the third quarter, and with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Utah trailing here, and Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. And it's O'Neal in at the 3 spot. Now here's Gobert. Shot clock at 6. And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession. So it's Utah now. 4 on the clock. Mitchell passes to O'Neal. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
Here's Nunn. To the inside. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
Well, Bam at 6'10" might be a little bit undersized, but there's something in his activity on a nightly basis, Kevin, that feels like he plays bigger. Just a pogo stick, gets around, covers some ground laterally, and does a great job of both protecting the rim and finishing strong.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
Here's Nunn from deep. O'Neal with the rebound. And with Adebayo and finishing plays, Brent, he is a terrific dunker.
No doubt. Guys are looking for him all over the rim, and you could throw it just about anywhere, and Bam is going to go up and just look for that. Bam right on you. Great energy, great athleticism, and continues to find ways in which he can make solid offensive contributions for the Heat.
Butler, no good.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far. Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Now the free throw is good, now leading by 1. Was there any steal in the 2017 draft bigger than Donovan Mitchell? My goodness, guys, Utah looks like they found a franchise player with him.
I mean, to see a player his age come in and just be an elite scorer is impressive. Very explosive in transition, but also in the half court. Reminds you a bit of Westbrook or a young D-Wade with how he plays.
Now here's Butler. It's stolen by Gobert. Ingles with the ball. Jones covering. And the basket by Ingles. And the Jazz lead by 4.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. It's going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
On offense, here are the Jazz. It's been 8 unanswered points for them. And that one, good. Conley's got the lead up to 6 now for the Jazz.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's his first foul.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Here's Nunn. Adebayo finds Jones. Miami no good on that time either.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. They've got to have better shot selection. And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possessions.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
And it's Conley penetrating. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Robinson. Utah with the rebound.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
Goran Dragic is checked in for the Heat. And Mitchell drops them both. The Heat trail by 10. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure. And dialing up the three ball, he finally puts it into the 14-0 run by the Jazz.
Here's Conley, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
Still a solid point guard in this league. When Conley is healthy, he makes a considerable impact on both ends.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 9-point ball game here. Miami's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. To the paint, stolen by Michael Conley. From 11 feet away, that one off the back iron and out.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one, Kevin. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Kicks it out to Jones. Three-pointer on the way. Offensive rebound, Heat. And Butler with the second chance points.
I just love how high Butler elevates, especially when he's jamming in putbacks. Just an exceptional athlete.
And kind of par for the course here, right? Coming through with a solid offensive game to help them get this lead.
Robinson finds Dragic. Here's Adebayo. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist.
Clearly defensive miscue there. If there's not a body on him that's sitting at the mid-range, that's a defensive mistake.
Mitchell's shot is good.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Adebayo, left side Butler. Back to Adebayo. Three-pointer. They get it back. There's Dragic with the three. Good work defensively by Conley. And it's Utah's ball. They're on a 20-7 run. Out left to the wing. Dishes it to Gobert. Back to Conley. Rebound by Butler. Outside Robinson. And so it's Utah with the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was... All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks.
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
2K TV, Bill Simmons, the sports guy. Now, the sports guy is your nickname, but if you were a player, what would you have as your nickname?
Washed up.
Washed up,
Yeah.
that's it?
Yeah. I quit pickup like 5 years ago.
I'm gonna end it right.
He's going to end it.
I'm going to end
I feel it. I feel it.
And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and hit. Nuggets has some pretty sound advice. Thanks, D.A. We're going to break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You look at the Nuggets. Unless they completely melt down, they should be in good position for a playoff run. And, of course, the Jazz. They're just sitting one spot down right on their heels.
Well, I think for Denver, they had a few critics coming into the season, and now I don't think they have any. This is a club ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the competition in the playoffs will be stiff.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, inside we have Ingles and Gobert. Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. And it's O'Neal in at the 3 spot. And for the Nuggets, Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then it's Porter. Then there's Jamal Murray. And it's Craig in at the 2 guard. Jokic, no good. Looking at Denver, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Mavericks in Dallas.
Well, you might think at 6'3" in shoes, Donovan Mitchell is undersized for the shooting guard position. But his combination of strength and length, along with the athleticism, help him to hold his arm.
And it's slammed in by Millsap.
You know, when he's got the position he wants inside, he's committed to throwing it down. And Millsap, he's got a nice vertical on him, too.
Right nowadays, teams looking for +6 players. It's a player whose arm span exceeds their height by at least 6 inches.
Donovan Mitchell, how about a +9? I mean, a little over 6'1" in size with a 6'10" wingspan. Those long arms, the reason for the Spider nickname.
Morris is checked in for Denver. Another miss by Utah. Nuggets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Millsap passes to Craig. Millsap against O'Neal. Millsap dishes to Porter. 5 on the clock. And yes, it's good. Jazz have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And it's Monte Morris with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. The defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set. You know, currently they're just 1 of 5 from the field. That's not going to get it done.
Utah has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Outstanding timing from Jokic there. Then the superb reach to wipe away the shot.
Porter kicks to Jokic. Aren't some of those lottery-bound teams now giving more minutes to their younger players, developing them, looking into the future, which means more veterans, unfortunately, will have to sit and watch.
And, you know, I always say this, and it's much easier said than done, but you're a professional, whether you're in the rotation, a young player or an old player, you have to approach it in a professional manner. And that means accepting the good with the bad, the sweet with the bitter, and that takes a maturity level. And, you know, when the trade deadline is behind you, you only can control what you can control, and that's what veterans should be about.
And hopefully the coach communicates the ideas behind the move, too.
I like that, but there's no obligation to do so.
Right. Conley kicks to O'Neal. Mitchell in the corner. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Last time they met was in Utah, where they beat the Jazz.
And as shaky as they looked in that game, guys, it showed a lot of mental toughness that they were able to come out and get a win.
Anytime you can play through missing shots and being a little out of sync and still maintain the hustle and effort and intensity that's needed to win, that's a good sign and could go a long way towards success.
Jokic up up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off.
Boy, both ends of that play, guys, were fantastic.
Denver making a switch here. Dozier's checked in. Utah also making some changes. George Niang, he's checked in for Royce O'Neal. Jordan Clarkson comes in for Mitchell. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mike Conley.
Well, he's a fighter now, and he's physical, so he'll battle you inside, and Millsap's going to take it right at you. He really forces your hand when you're defending it.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Jokic. Cole comes in for Michael Porter. And it's Troy Daniels in for Monte Morris. And Utah also making a switch. Ed Davis is checked in for Gobert. And that one's good. Millsap.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling. Off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Ingles in the corner. Goes up the baseline. Millsap grabs the miss. Millsap's got 4 rebounds in this game. Plumlee, the pass to Millsap. Here's Dozier. Inside. Dozier. And Davis pulls it down. Fast break. Here come the Jazz. Clarkson dishes to Ingles. Here's Mudiay. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so the first quarter is in the books. Nuggets ahead. They lead by 7. From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver. We're back in a moment. Nikola Jokic, a
Basketball, like fashion.
In basketball, Greg, a big deal in Jokic's native land of Serbia.
And I love his creativity. There's an artistry and a freedom in how he plays the game.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Denver.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So on the floor for Utah, we've got Davis. Clarkson is out there with Emmanuel Mudiay. And it's Joe Ingles. And it's Niang in at the 4. Now here's Murray. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle. And now a three-point play chance here for him.
And the strength of Murray, finishing the shot off easily, even with the harm. You know, you look at Jamal Murray, and this guy just seems to be a natural scorer. Has no problem scoring the basketball from anywhere and all angles. Has tremendous confidence at the offensive end. And guys, I think he's just scratching the surface.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knots out. But it looks like they're putting it together right now.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Grant the pass to Bull. Grant kicks to Daniels. Off target from the wing. And with the way Murray scores, Clark, he's a great fit for the Nuggets.
Yeah, I agree with that, Kevin, because the team has plenty of playmakers and guys like Jokic, and that takes some of the playmaking pressure away from Murray. It allows Murray to simply just focus on what he does best, which is put the ball in the basket.
Grant finds Plumlee. They get a hand on it, and so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Millsap.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Now here's Plumlee. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
And the defense, no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
Mudiay kicks to Niang. There's the triple. And Bull pulls it down.
You know, when he has the ball outside like that, that's exactly the kind of D they need to play on.
Daniels passes to Murray. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
No answer for Murray from the defense so far. Absolutely ferocious at taking it inside.
Here's Ingles. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks. Here's Grant. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Jazz trail by 9. The shot from the low post is good. Moutier's got 4 this quarter.
And you look at how the Nuggets have become the team they are. A lot has to do with player development.
Exactly. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Denver has done a great job in the draft. Identify talent, stick to your guns in choosing that talent, then build it, develop it. Their front office has been fantastic.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. A switcher also for Utah. Gobert's checked in. And so Clarkson will bring it up for Utah. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans and start a 3-game homestand with that game.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Royce O'Neal's checked in for Davis. Donovan Mitchell comes in for Clarkson. And it's Conley in for Moutier.
That's his second foul of the first half. Not a big deal yet, but something to keep an eye on.
The Nuggets shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. First one falls for him. Both shots good from the stripe. Jazz trail by 9. Conley dishes to O'Neal. And the dunk by O'Neal.
And he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open teammates at times before they realize they're open.
55 seconds left in the second quarter. Paul Millsap's checked in for Denver. 52 seconds left in the first half. Here's Conley, and it's sent back by Jokic. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris. Mitchell passes to Gobert. Here's O'Neal, and he finishes nicely on the layup. O'Neal's got 4 points in the quarter.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And Jokic slams it in.
At his size, Jokic a threat to throw it down, showing you how dominant he can be inside.
It's intercepted. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Stolen by Mitchell. Fast break. Here come the Jazz. It's rebounded by Dozier.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their league. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
Here's Gobert, and slam dunk by Gobert.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies.
You said it, Kevin. He's a highlight reel. Always on the launch pad.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
Make some noise, Denver. Your Nuggets dancers.
Here's the 3. And that one released in time, but no good. Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. After 2 quarters, it's Denver out in front. They have a solid 8-point lead. And big fella, let's... And that's...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. One guy who's been getting it done is Paul Millsap.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then there's Murray. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Craig in at the shooting guard. That's the group on the floor for Denver.
And you look back at that 2013 draft, just call it the year of the sleeper Euros. Giannis Antetokounmpo taken 15th, and this guy, Rudy Gobert, selected with the 27th pick.
Now, here's Jokic. Very solid contribution from him as he averages over 20 points a game. And finished off by Porter.
He just jumps so fast. I mean, give Porter a chance to dunk, and he doesn't think twice about it.
And, you know, Greg, hindsight always being 20/20. The Greek Freak and Gobert probably go first and second in that 2013 draft.
Yeah, and Steven Adams probably top 4. The common thread, all of them play a hard-nosed style, not something that's always associated with foreign-born players, but they're erasing that perception. Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up.
And if you're the defensive team, it just kills you to give up baskets like that.
Troy Daniels, he's checked in for Torrey Craig. Millsap with the steal. And here's the fast break. Jokic leading the way. From outside, off the mark.
Frozen. Guys just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Troy Daniels. That's his first foul. And the Nuggets making a change here. Grant's checked in. The Jazz also changing it up. Ed Davis is checked in for Joe Ingles. And it's Clarkson in for Royce O'Neal. And the call on the and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Grant, and the call up against Jokic. That's his first foul. Mark, it seems that guards are rebounding now more than ever. What do you make of that trend?
You know what, Kevin? I think it's a function of how the game is played. More and more teams play small ball, where they really don't have a big guy out there or a traditional center out there. You may have guards and wings, and oftentimes your tallest guy might be 6'8". So it makes it important for guards and everybody to rebound the ball. So I think you see more guards getting more rebounds because of teams playing small ball as a function of the three-point shot's importance in the game.
Here is Davis following the basket by Jokic. Over Grant. Pocket 6. And it's Denver with the rebound. Jokic has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Starting slow in this half. 0 for 3 so far.
And Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game for the Nuggets. Dozier's checked in, and Morris subbed in for Jamal Murray. Mitchell wide open. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Mitchell's got 5 points now in the quarter. Jokic passes to Grant. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. No good. So Utah will take it the other way. On the wing, Mitchell. Down low, here's Porter, and the layup's good off the glass. Porter's got 8.
Well, you know, Porter can expect this. Defenses are going to try to be physical with him, try to get in his head.
Mitchell in the corner. Fires for 3. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Grant outside. No good with the triple. And so Clarkson will bring it up for Utah. 11-point game. And you see Jeremy Grant on this team. He means so much more than just his stats.
He's a fantastic glue guy, and his teammates talk about how unselfish he is on the floor. Great team player and an even better chemistry guy off the court.
Here's Grant following the basket by Emmanuel Moody. That one goes in.
Man, that is almost the perfect arc on that mid-range J from Grant. You can see evidence of the work he's put into improving that jump shot of his.
And the Nuggets with some changes. Millsap comes in for Grant, and it's Torrey Craig in for Porter. George Niang, he's checked in for the Jazz. Royce O'Neal comes in for Moutier. Castro O'Neal. Now, here's Clarkson. He's tightly guarded. And that one goes long.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Dozier kicks to Millsap. And the call will be against George Niang. That's his first foul. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Utah. Conley now comes in for Clarkson. Ingles against Millsap. Now the pass to Dozier. The putback, Jokic on the follow. Jokic has got the lead up to 13 now for the Nuggets.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations, Greg, have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
Conley with the three, and so it's Denver looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We'll return shortly. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Coach Quinn Snyder.
Everybody keep shooting the ball, all right?
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the small forward position. And here's Morris for three. That shot off. Now the Jazz take it the other way. Here's Ingles, and it's sent back by Jokic. To the inside, it's tipped. Craig passes to Jokic. Morris with the ball. Ingles covering. Fires, high post, tips it up. Jokic on the follow. Jokic has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Nuggets. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Denver.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
Yeah, but they've been offensive defensively tonight because they've really forced the issue on D and come up with quite a few steals and deflections.
And it's the Nuggets with the ball, following the three-pointer by Utah. Morris passes to Jokic, and Millsap snaps it in.
Hey, when you look at Jokic, forget about calling him a good passing big man. He's a great passer, period.
And it's Monte Morris with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Troy Daniels, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Jamal Murray comes in for Morris. And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That's his first foul. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now.
Yeah, they're starting to go in the wrong direction in terms of turnovers. It's slowly becoming a problem. They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
The Jazz again can't hit it.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. Michael Porter, he's checked in for the Nuggets. So it's the Jazz now. They trail by 16. Conley dishes to Ingles. Conley the pass to Gobert. Mitchell looking it over. Fires the three. Another miss by Utah.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Porter, no luck.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
They grab their own miss. Ingles gets to Conley. Pass to Gobert. Now O'Neal. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Snatched up. Passes it to Ingles. Takes a 3. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big time mistake.
Jokic, and Jokic slings it in. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Millsap against Ingles. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it. How do you think great coaches go about making that connection with their players?
Well, it starts with being candid and holding the player accountable. Great players want to and need to be coached. And great coaches find a way to do that effectively for that individual and for the team.
Now here's Conley. And stolen by Murray.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Nuggets.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season. And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Jokic.
And with the way he came out energized on the defensive end in particular, getting a hand on a lot of shots, that really got them rolling.
Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Murray. From deep, an absolute bomb from three-point range. And the Nuggets lead by 20.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
And stolen by Murray. Oh, Porter in position. And so it's Denver taking care of business in this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know that.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony.
touchdowns, upper and lower body fluid, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluid, and goaltending.
Man, this year was so much fun, but it definitely came with some challenges. Thank goodness for 2K.
That's right. In fact, it's been an honor for us to share our time and our episodes with you, the fans, the community. And the big news is NBA 2K TV is returning for Season 7.
Yes, we're coming your way on September 4th. All new episodes of NBA 2K TV and
The beautiful, dramatic shot. And thanks, DA. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Saric.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
Looking at the starting 5 for the Phoenix Suns. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Johnson is out there with Bridges, and it's Ayton in at the 5. And for Utah, inside we have Ingles and Gobert. Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. And it's O'Neal in at the small forward. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Rubio looking it over. He had stolen by Ingles. 3-on-3. Fantastic backcourt facing off tonight in this one, Smitty. Let me ask you, do you think this is a guard-centric league right now?
Kevin, it is. And no matter how tall you are and what position, pretty much 90% of the guys now can dribble, they can pass, they can shoot. We have guys that are 7-footers that we're calling guards. And so I think right now this is a guard-oriented league.
Count that one. Ayton's got his team on the board to start the game for Phoenix.
And the sheer muscle of Ayton. Sometimes he's impossible to stop on the way up.
Here's Mitchell. Kept alive.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
You know, this is one of his specialties, keeping plays alive, creating second chance opportunities.
A little over a minute 30 into this first quarter.
They are out of rhythm. 1 for 5 so far. You just need to calm down and reward your matchups.
Pass to Rubio. Kicks it out to Johnson. Over Gobert. Utah with the rebound. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Over to the wing. Here's O'Neal. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. The Suns have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Rubio with it. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Portland.
Even though he got fouled a lot, he never lost any of his aggressiveness. He kept making free throws, and in the process, really frustrated the D.
Just 3 to shoot. Johnson. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for Utah. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder. Passes it to Gobert. Back to Mitchell. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Great job getting it to go after he takes the hit. Mitchell plays with a force every night. You know, he stands 6'3", but Donovan Mitchell's 6'11" wingspan more than compensates. He has the tools to be an elite two-way player.
Johnson left side. He dishes it to Booker. 6 to shoot. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. For Utah, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. O'Neal kicks to Mitchell. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Ayton. And look at the physical profile for Mitchell, a world-class athlete.
And it's his aggressiveness for me that puts him over the top. Doesn't shrink from the big moments. He embraces that spotlight.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Ed Davis is checked in for Gobert. Niang comes in for Joe Ingles. Clarkson, he's checked in for O'Neal. And it's Moutier in for Mike Conley. Here's Mitchell. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Here's Jerome. Pass to Kaminsky. Carter with it. Baines passes to Carter. Baseline try. Shots good by Baines.
And just using the natural advantage he has, he can see over the top of the defense.
And let's also add, he has touch from there. That's a sock.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
Taking 2 shots.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Sharks, that's good.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. And that does it for the first quarter. Utah out in front, up by 4. And the second. It wasn't an immediate star turn for Mike Conley.
The ups and downs of injuries.
Great work ethic is the key. Conley stayed at it.
And a player that's known for keeping his composure, that helps also. He weathered those early challenges and just stayed positive.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. What do you guys think about the Jazz here in this one?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
And you know this, most of the time, offensive rebounds generate high percentage looks.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. We've got Kaminsky. He's out there with Saric. Aaron Baines out there with Carter. And it's Jerome in at the point. Gobert, he's checked in for the Jazz. Here's Jerome. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Now Carter. To the left side wing. 6 on the shot clock. And there it is for him.
Just taking what the defense allows, and that's a shot he'll make all night.
Greg, for the Phoenix Suns, with a franchise-high 9-year playoff drought, there is pressure on this team to find their way out of that long rebuild.
And their moves on draft night, they raised some eyebrows. They've got some young talent, but can new coach Monty Williams turn them into a winner? Long-suffering Suns fans certainly hope so.
And the basket by Kaminsky.
Spacing and ball movement. We hear coaches talk about those 2 elements all the time.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Suns trail by 6. Carter on the wing. The pass to Jerome. The 11-footer. Baseline J on the way. Jump shot is good that time. Kaminsky's got his second basket of the game.
That's outstanding decision-making there to change his shot and find an open teammate for an easy basket.
Stolen by Clarkson. And now Utah, fast break. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Davis. Royce O'Neal comes in for George Niang. And it's Mike Conley in for Moutier.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Rubio dishes to Johnson. It's stolen by Gobert. Here's Clarkson. Rejected by Booker. On the wing, Booker releases. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And when you're looking around the league talking about guys with pure point guard skills, Rubio's name is right there.
Conley kicks to Clarkson. From a low drama perspective, Steve, which stars do you think would be the easiest to play alongside and be their teammate?
I think Kawhi Leonard for sure, Kevin. Doesn't say much, just goes out and plays. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Jokic, a lot of those superstars. I think Paul George is another guy that goes out and just plays. So there's a few out there that would love to play alongside.
Yep, it counts. Ingles has got the lead up to 9 now for the Jazz.
Love the high activity of Conley on defense, keeping his arms moving all the time to create problems for the opposition.
Rubio, the pass to Booker. Shoots the 3. Ingles with the rebound. Ingles has got 5 rebounds tonight. And that one good from Clarkson. And now an 11-point Utah lead.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Booker against Clarkson. Johnson kicks to Ayton. Here's Booker. Will it go? And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Donovan Mitchell's checked in for Jordan Clarkson. Here's Mitchell. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And the Utah Jazz, not exactly a magnet for big-name free agents, Greg, but for their young star, Donovan Mitchell, it has been a perfect fit.
You know, they needed a scorer. He's played big minutes from day one and really thrived in that role.
Rubio dishes to Johnson. Ayton attacking. Gobert with the defensive effort. Jazz leading by 11. Pass to Ingles. Good D by Johnson.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
And it's Rubio with the ball for Phoenix. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. That'll be the 3rd game of this 3-game road trip. Bridges passes to Ayton. O'Neal with the rebound. Fast break, here they come. Mitchell wide open. And so it's Utah. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA. Utah found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. And that should...
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Donovan Mitchell really making a difference here.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder. And with that, the Jazz lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Devin Booker. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit. Right. That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Suns trail by 8. Rubio left side. It's tipped. It's going to be out of bounds. The Suns will retain possession.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Force them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
Here's Mitchell. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
His shot's it's not there right now with this team leading. Perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Terrific game plan coming out of halftime. A perfect 3 for 3 from the field. They may not get the spotlight, but the Utah Jazz are one of the best run teams in the NBA. They're run as a legacy trust. That means every dime of profit goes back into the team.
Bridges shot good.
And coming out of halftime, coach said they wanted to start fast. How's 4 for 4?
Conley gets the bucket.
Good find, and one of Gobert's advantages as a passer, he can see over everyone's head.
Steve, you were talking about the reinvestment for the Jazz. An upgraded arena, new practice facility.
Necessary moves, you know this, to stay competitive. The Jazz fans love their team, and they're showing that commitment in return.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Mitchell doing a good job. In order to have a chance in this league, you've got to be able to score. He's done that tonight.
Gobert with the block. They recover it. Here we go, one-on-one, and now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And the Jazz with some changes. George Niang, he's checked in for Joe Ingles, and Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mike Conley. Basket counts. Gobert's got 9.
And they're beginning to just flat-out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Suns trail by 10. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Ayton finds Carter. Back to Ayton. Shot clock at 6. To the right side. Jerome. Phoenix, no good that time either.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one. Whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. O'Neal against Bridges. Pass to Ayton. Back to Bridges. Pass to Jerome. From deep three-point range. And with that, the Jazz lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Kaminsky.
Salvage the possession. He's a terrific offensive rebounder.
Jazz have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up.
There's a built-in respect for coaches who played in the NBA. The Jazz, Quinn Snyder, never made it that far. But as a point guard, he helped Duke make 3 Final Four appearances.
A different look for Utah. Davis comes in for O'Neal, and it's Clarkson in for Donovan Mitchell. Stolen by Clarkson. And an intentional foul right there. 56 seconds left in the third. Over to the left wing. No good on the three. Suns trail by 10. Here's Kaminsky. And Davis pulls it down. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the Utah Jazz. Oh, the lob to Gobert. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And he is built to be an alley-oop threat. Long arms, terrific athlete. He went and got that one.
Carter kicks to Baines. The pass to Kaminsky. And again, it's the Suns missing. And here are the Jazz now. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Here's Niang. No points in the game yet for him. In the corner, it's Clarkson. One second left, and some nice defense there to end the quarter.
And you can't be careless around Sarge. When he's on you, he is looking to send that one back.
And so it's the Utah Jazz enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are... And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Coach Quinn Snyder.
Our activity defensively has been...
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. On the court now for the Suns, getting going here in the fourth. Inside, Sarge and Baines. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. And it's Johnson in at the three. A nice shot by Booker.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yes, and if you love offense, you're loving this matchup. It's been a highlight reel affair.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
It's a backbreaker for your defense, giving up easy buckets like that.
And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. Steve, the number of timeouts and even fouls have dropped in recent years. Do you think that's brought a better flow to the game?
Yeah, I think so. I know we have so much stoppage in our game, especially when they go to the referee's review. If we could do something about that, but I love that they've dropped the number of timeouts to keep the flow of the game. That's what most fans want to see, just the flow of the game continue.
Pass to Ingles. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Here's Clarkson, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And it seems like Jordan Clarkson may have found his niche, Greg, as instant offense coming off the bench.
A perfect fit for a scoring-minded combo guard. Clarkson able to create his own shot and comfortable pulling from all three levels.
Booker looking around. Passes it to Johnson. Rubio outside. Shot clock at 5. Fires at the elbow. And there's the call on Dario Saric. That's foul number 2 for him. Royce O'Neal's checked in for Ed Davis. Bridges, he's checked in for Phoenix. Utah leading by 11. Pass to Clarkson. A shake. He takes it up and lays it in.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Saric outside. And Baines kicks to Bridges. Kicks it out to Rubio. The pass to Booker. From deep. They get the rebound. Second chance shot. Gobert with the defensive effort.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that.
Clarkson dishes to O'Neal. A beautiful reverse layup. And the Jazz lead by 15.
Beautiful location on the pass as usual. Led his man perfectly.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Joe Ingles. That's his first foul. Andre Ayton's checked in for Phoenix. Rubio against Conley. And here's Rubio. 6 on the shot clock. Ayton Ayton, the pass to Booker. It's good. Booker's got 9 points here in the second half.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Here's Conley. Misses off the right iron. Suns trail by 13. Booker finds Rubio. Back to Booker. All sorts of time. A putback, and Rubio with the second chance points.
Something that's never been called into question. Rubio's feel for the game.
It's stolen by Sharks. And now the Suns, a fast break. Oh, Ayton in position. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Out to Conley. Lets it go with a 3. Hands it from downtown.
So often the catalyst. This time, Conley is on the finishing end off the catch.
Booker the pass to Rubio. Saric controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Conley against Rubio. Conley the pass to O'Neal. Here's Gobert. Over Ayton. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for Utah.
Their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Rudy Gobert.
What was impressive to me, it felt like he made an impact in so many areas. Some of the effort won't show up in the stat sheet, but I noticed it.
So Utah ends up going with the new group. A 3 from Bradley. No good on the shot. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Okobo. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Bradley.
Suns ball.
Here's Okobo from deep three-point range, and it's Bradley with the rebound. Oni, and he comes up with the deuce. And the Jazz lead by 17.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night.
And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up.
unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
The NBA 2K21 demo is out now, and in this episode, we're jumping right in. Plus, we look back at our best 2K TV moments of 2K20. And first looks at what's coming up in my team for 2K21.
The beautiful, dramatic setting here in Salt Lake City, Utah becomes apparent when you get a look at the... Just now to take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months, the scope of that for Butler.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
So here's Miami's starting group. Jones is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then it's Robinson, and it's Nunn in at the 1 spot. And for the Jazz, Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert, and it's O'Neal in at the 3. So it's the Jazz now. Mitchell looking it over, and good that time. Boris, what are you going to be watching about these two teams who seem to be strong up front?
Yeah, I think certainly both have guys with size who also bring incredible skill to the game. And it's really hard to win this league without at least one elite player at one of the front court positions.
Robinson for 3. Offensive rebound. He can't hit that time. We're about 1 minute into the first, and that's a foul called on Bam Adebayo. That's his first foul. Mitchell outside. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You know what I love about Donovan Mitchell? He is just as great off the court as he is on. This guy is engaging. He's self-aware. He is the real deal.
Jay Crowder's checked in for Miami. And with his dad working with Major League Baseball players, Mitchell was rubbing elbows with guys making millions. He saw some players who stayed humble and others who didn't. And you know what, Doris? I think it made an impression.
And I think, Kevin, if you listen to Donovan, he talks about how his parents impressed upon him the importance of how you treat people. So even with all the success, it's not going to this young man's head. He is so grounded.
Pass to Crowder. Here's Nunn. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Charlotte. Conley with it. Butler covering. Bombed up there for Mitchell. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Heat moving the ball around. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. No good from outside.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often. Yeah, that one put them over the limit. And it's so early that if they're not careful, this could turn into a parade at the free throw line.
Utah shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And one of those glue guys, Joe Ingles. Doris, talk about what he's brought to the table.
Oh, he brings so much to the table. Joe is an excellent shooter and passer. Mentally, he's got a great IQ. He's a leader, a communicator. And I'll say this to you, on the defensive end, they typically give him a very tough guard.
And Adebayo throws it down.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. So it's Utah now. Dragic with it. Conley picks him up. Here's Robinson. And such a nice move to make the basket work.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Ingles against Crowder. And the basket by Ingles.
See, I think you want more of this from Joe Ingles. He has the size and length to keep plays alive.
Here's Dragic from outside. The shot comes out. Good work defensively by Conley. Jacks up a 3. Hits the 3-point bomb.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Poke loose. Passes to Adebayo. Butler on the way. Over O'Neal. Butler, no good. Jazz leading by 4. The drive by Mitchell. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Mitchell's got 8 points.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Butler against O'Neal. Butler passes to Crowder. Bucket is good.
Well, terrific floor awareness from the crafty swingman. Jimmy Butler playing the role of facilitator.
Conley against Dragic. 9 feet out. It's Adebayo with the rebound. The Heat trail by 4. Here's Robinson, and it goes down 2 points.
Well, you love Crowder's willingness to distribute the basketball. His vision allows him to set his teammates beautifully.
So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Davis is checked in for Joe Ingles. George Niang comes in for Royce O'Neal. Clarkson, he's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mike Conley. And a new group in for the Heat. Olenek, he's checked in for Bam Adebayo. Myers Leonard comes in for Jay Crowder. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Jimmy Butler. And Hero subbed in for Goran Dragic. Tipped away. Hands of the ball is out of bounds. Clarkson touched it last.
Into the lineup. Chris.
36 seconds left here in the first quarter. Leonard attacking for 3. Olenek. Offensive rebound. Leonard the pass to Hero. Tries again. Great D that time from Davis.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
4 seconds left. No good on that one. Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Jazz lead by 3. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports.
I'm one that if you're the best.
That's the hard-working mentality Butler provides. A two-way threat, Greg, who wants to dominate the top players at his position.
And Butler's really embraced being a leader. You can tell he lives for these types of matchups and games.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for the Heat, they've got Iguodala. Kelly Olynyk is out there with Hero. And it's Silva in at the 4 spot. Clarkson dishes to Gobert. For 3. Up again. Davis on the follow. Davis has got his first bucket of the night.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Here's Hero. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. Here's Nunn. Gobert with the defensive effort.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
And it's slammed in by Davis.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. And Doris, Rudy Gobert has come a long way as a finisher.
No doubt, Kevin. He has led the league in field goal percentage, and they have worked so hard to get his balance and strength correct. This guy is becoming more and more dangerous as a scorer.
Now, here's Mudiay. He's covered closely. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Heat trail by 3. The pass to Silva. From deep, Iguodala. Poked away. Pass to Nunn. Here's Hero. Defended by Mudiay. 6 to shoot. Here's Nunn. And again, it's the Heat missing.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
He'd have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Pass to Hero. Good ball movement here by Miami.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Joe Ingles, who's checked in for Gobert. O'Neal comes in for George Niang. Mitchell, he's checked in for Jordan Clarkson. And it's Mike Conley in for Moutier. And Miami also making a switch. Jones is checked in. O'Neal. Here's Davis. Another shot. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That's his first foul. And a new group in for the Heat. Conley against Dragic. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Jones kicks to Adebayo. Clock at 6. And Butler, here we go. Nobody near Leonard. And Butler with the second chance points. And the Heat lead by 1.
One thing we know about Jimmy Butler, he's going to stay in a play. Nice job on the offensive glass.
That shot misses. O'Neal with the defensive effort. Utah's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Mitchell's shot is good.
You have to prevent Mitchell from driving. This guy too quick and too crafty once he gets into the lane.
Butler against Mitchell. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And Greg, when you look at the top perimeter defenders in the game today, how high does Jimmy Butler rank on that list?
Look, he's in the top handful, no doubt about it. Multiple all-defense selections. He is a true two-way terror.
And you look at Jimmy Butler. He's about 6'8", about 230 pounds. Great size on the wing.
And he keeps himself in tip-top shape. His strength, one thing I'm not sure the casual fan even recognizes.
And the shot goes down. Leonard's got the lead up to 2 now for the Heat. No shortage of drama here early on.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early.
And the basket by Ingles.
Well, this is where Joe Ingles is gifted at realizing when he should go up with it. Really good timing on that shot.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Stolen by O'Neal. Conley against Dragic. Ingles can't get it to go.
And the timing just not there on that attempted alley-oop.
Just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity.
Offensive rebound. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Jones. And that'll do it. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you. Utah found themselves in a close game in the first. The biggest lead they were able to get out to during the first period. And that'll...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been one outstanding game from Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. And it's O'Neal in at the small forward position. That's the group right now for Utah. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, You got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. Double-checking, and the game continues on.
You see Donovan Mitchell finding his rhythm. You're in for a long night. He is effortless offensively.
Here's none. He's got 6. Shot, high post. Gobert with the block, and they get it back. Shot clock at 6. But they recover it. Stolen by Conley. Fast break. Here come the Jazz. Here's Mitchell, and it's Mitchell with the jam.
When he's determined to finish, Donovan Mitchell is so good powering through whatever the defense puts in his path.
Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for O'Neal. The Jazz have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
Jones, and that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Robinson's got his 3rd assist on the night. Outside Conley. Puts up a 3. The Jazz again can't hit it. The Heat trail by 3. Nunn passes to Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that. Of course, you graduated as your college's all-time assist leader. Talk about some of the key traits of a great playmaker.
I think historically speaking, when we think about great lead guards, Kevin, we talk about unselfishness, vision, patience. Who are the players that make their teammates better? Probably the one underrated aspect of a point guard to me, Kevin, is communication. Are you constantly looking for opportunities to communicate to your teammates, make them feel good about themselves, give them confidence? That, to me, is probably the most underrated aspect of it.
And Doris, when you played, you took such great pride in each and every one of those things.
I did. I love trying to make my teammates better. It feels great to make somebody feel good.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That is his first foul of the game. George Niang, he's checked in for the Jazz. Moutier comes in for Michael Conley. Then for the Heat, Crowder, he's checked in for Derek Jones. And Hero subbed in for Butler. Basket good.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
And that's a foul called on Bam Adebayo. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And Miami making a change here. Gobert, the pass to Niang. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Well, Rudy Gobert stands 7'1", and he's an unselfish guy. It puts the pass on the money.
Left side, Leonard. In the corner, Crowder with it. Gets the pass to Hero. No good. That would have tied it. The drive by Mitchell. Passes it to Niang. Nice ball movement by Utah. Gobert trying to get open. Up and in on the layup. Niang's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Nuggets looking it over. Yep, that one goes in there. Dragic has got his first basket.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
And slam dunk by Gobert.
Just great recognition from the athletic big man. Gobert finish off the nice pass.
And it's Dragic off the drive.
And the veteran Goran Dragic still producing late in his career. Not the force he once was, but always a source of playmaking and scoring.
A different look for Utah. Ed Davis is checked in for Gobert. And Royce O'Neal subbed in for Jordan Clarkson. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for the Heat. Iguodala against Mitchell. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
Well, if you don't stay in front and you allow him room to drive, you will pay the consequence. Donovan Mitchell with authority. Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
Moutier dishes to Mitchell. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
We know this about Donovan Mitchell. This guy shows no fear, even inside. Draws the foul there.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal. And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line. Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Here's Moutier, and the rejection by Iguodala.
Boy, the suffocating defense of Andre Iguodala, so important to his team. Really good job timing the shot there.
Here's Silva. It's good. Now just a 1-point Utah lead.
And since halftime, this has become an intense ball game.
They are getting after it hard. It has become a real battle out there.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Here's Dragic from outside. Connects from three-point range. Dragic has got 7 now in this quarter. Loads it up for Davis. And Davis throws it down.
Well, to me, it's critical that Mitchell continue to focus on hitting the guys who are open. We know he can score the ball.
And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. Jazz out in front. They lead by a bucket. Live from Vivint Smart Home Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about the setup this was?
Boy, GA, how about the secondary playmaking you are getting? Great to have that from the shooting guard spot.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. On the court for the Heat, Iguodala out there with Dragic. And there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Olynyk, and it's Crowder in at the power forward. O'Neal pitched to Moutier. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
For the Jazz, Rudy Gobert comes in for George Niang. And it's Conley in for Emmanuel Moutier. And then for Miami, Bam Adebayo's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Jones comes in for Jay Crowder. Robinson is subbed in for Andre Iguodala. Count that bucket. Butler's got the game tied up here for the Heat.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
Yeah, but that's been elusive. They've missed a few plays along the way that they'd love to have back.
Here's Conley. Finished off the break.
Well, Donovan Mitchell's wingspan is effective when it comes to swatting away the basketball and getting steals for his team.
Robinson finds Dragic. Back to Robinson. Adebayo, high post. Gobert on him. Just 5 to shoot. Adebayo passes to Jones, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Clarkson, he's checked in for Utah. Heat also with a sub. Nunn's checked in.
Oh, my. He really needs to be careful now. That was his 5th foul of the night.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Ingles against Jones. Now here's Gobert. Defense is right there. 6 to shoot. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Oh, that is just too easy. As Gobert gets this close, forget about it.
Robinson passes to Nunn. To the wing right side. Adebayo buried from 15 feet out.
And I tell you what, they're doing their best to cut down the lead with some smart offense here in the second half. Shot selection much improved since the break.
And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession. So it's the Jazz now. The lead is 2. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The first free throw is good.
2 shots.
O'Neal hits them both. The Heat trail by 4. Nunn passes to Robinson. Lets it fly. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. And there is a whistle. That'll go on Derek Jones. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Now the pass to Clarkson. The dish to Ingles. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
What you love about Joe Ingles is he's going to give you a little bit of everything. He can score it, he can pass it, he can board it, and he can guard. Whatever you need, he's going to bring it.
For Miami, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Butler attacking. The shot's good.
We know this about Jimmy Butler. The guy has no fear. He delivers when his team needs it.
Conley finds Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Rudy Gobert is so competitive. Doesn't want to let a big moment go by. Nicely done.
Here's Nunn. Over by Conley. Jones against Ingles. Pass to Nunn. 6 on the shot clock. The Heat need to get a shot off. Jones from outside. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And it's Utah the other way. Here's Clarkson. And Jones pulls it down. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for Miami. It's a 5-point game. The shot by Adebayo, no good.
If you want to cut into a lead, you have got to trust your teammates and move the ball.
To the paint. Here's Ingles. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Man, he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open teammates at times before they realize they're open.
Here's Butler. It's good. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Big-time bucket by Jimmy Butler. Boy, I'm not sure they've got an answer for him right now, Kev.
To the left wing. Here's Conley. And it's good off the back rim and in. For Miami, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Nunn passes to Adebayo. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. 40 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Dishes to Robinson. Here's Nunn. Over by Conley. Shoots from 12. Nunn can't get it to fall.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Well, it's been a hard-fought battle through much of the night. They just missed out on a couple of opportunities they'd love to do over.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Well, you want to continue to build the lead, so a very productive trip to the line right there.
Adebayo finds Dragic. 3-pointer. That one doesn't go. And so it's Utah with the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is...
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Welcome to the special edition of 2K TV.
The wait is almost over. We are just days away from 2K Day and the launch of NBA 2K21.
And if you can't wait, you can get early access to the NBA 2K21 demo right now. Here's how you get started.
The NBA.
And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interesting matchups tonight. Stick around. We'll be right back with more.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everyone. Glad to have you with us in our matchup tonight. We have the Denver Nuggets against the Jazz in Salt Lake City. For Utah.
to DA. Well, the Nuggets lucky to have him. Thanks, David. And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Millsap.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then it's Michael Porter. Then there's Murray. And it's Craig in at the shooting guard. And for the Jazz, Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the 3, the small forward. Pass to Ingles. Right at this point, perennial contenders sometimes coast to the final games of the regular season. Any danger that they can't hit that right button or flip the switch and get back into gear?
When you hear analysts say that the playoffs are all about matchups, they are exactly right. You and I talked about this, Kevin, several years ago about
the time
going into the playoffs. Teams don't have to be hot. You don't have to be 10-2 in the last 12 games for your playoffs, because all of a sudden, if you're matched up against a team that's owned you all year long, your chances of winning that series are very, very slim. So it becomes just let's get in and let's find out who we're playing, and then we'll get to work.
Man, he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open teammates at times before they realize they're open.
The putback, and it's Millsap with the extra effort.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in. Now here's Conley. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, but there's always this point, Kevin. You got to look at where did he also impact the game. It was on the rebounding end of the floor. A tremendous performance there.
So it's Denver now. Rudy Gobert missing his last shot. The kick out to Porter. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. It's good.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk. All of it perfect. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's his first foul. Here's Murray. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Mavericks in Dallas.
And what opened things up for him was his passing. He was making so many plays that the D had to play off it. You know, you watch Nikola Jokic out there, and he just moves like a guard. The way he approaches the game, sees the court, and shoots just aren't found in that center position.
Here's Gobert following the basket by Jokic. Mitchell kicks to Gobert. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Just 4 to shoot. Conley with the 3. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got 4 rebounds in this game. You know, Greg, Jokic has so many tools at his disposal. He's a walking triple-double threat.
The passing and vision is what really sets him apart at that center position. The offense can run through him and should run through him with how he can distribute the ball.
Lobbed up there for Mitchell. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
Conley against Murray. Nice move. And it's good on the way in.
Murray, not much fear there as he gets amongst the trees, looking in control down low.
And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Jazz. Trailing by 2. Pass to O'Neal. Out to Conley. Mitchell outside. And it's sent back by Millsap.
Well, as soon as the shot was released, Millsap gets off the floor quickly and blocks it.
Porter finds Jokic. Outside for Murray. He feeds it to Millsap. From deep. Mike Conley with the rebound. So for the Nuggets, their last game, a loss to Dallas. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
Yeah, and Conley just makes the game fun. Able to shoot, but focused on also facilitating for teammates.
Charity stripe shot, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. 6 points for Paul Millsap.
And you got to get up tighter than that. Some players you can give that much room to, but not him.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Tie game. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And the guys, what's your take on Utah so far?
In that first period, they showed a willingness to make the extra pass.
So much unselfish play out there. The coaching staff has to be thrilled with that.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. Cole is out there with Jeremy Grant. Then it's Plumlee. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's Dozier in at the 2. Moutier, good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
And the call will be against Emmanuel Moutier. That is his first foul of the game. Grant the pass to Plumlee. Right wing. Here's Bull. Gobert knocks it away. And here's the fast break. Clarkson leading the way. Oh, the lob to Gobert. Niang kicks to Clarkson. Lets it go from deep. Doesn't go that time. And the Nuggets going the other way. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks. To the middle. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Clarkson. Stolen by Grant. Here's Dozier. And the 3 off target. Jazz shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Here's Moutier. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Well, we hear this all the time. Good defense beats good offense. Do you think that's true?
I don't know how defense scores. So in today's game, seeing the juggernauts and seeing what we've seen, Kevin, quite frankly, as some of the best offensive teams, not only in the last 5 years, but in the history of the league, around the Houston Rockets and what the Golden State Warriors have been able to do. It's about equipping your team defensively to be able to stop that stylistically, but certainly every coach will say it comes down to defense because that is something you can control.
And Utah has possession. Following the miss by Bull from deep. Down he goes. Nice one there from Niang.
And it seems as if someone got their signals crossed. If he can wind up that open from three-point range, I'm sure that was not a part of the game plan.
Now Plumlee. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And with that, the Jazz lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Grant. And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense in anticipation there to stop it.
Great job preventing that ball from coming into the post. Might have been an easy 2 if the defense wasn't there.
The Jazz have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Moutier dishes to Gobert. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. Gobert's got his second bucket tonight.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
The pass to Grant. Plumlee against Gobert. Plumlee the pass to Bull. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Bull's got 5 points so far.
And you can't forget about Bull's range. After all, big men like him are expected to take the 3 in today's game.
You talk about solid role players, Brent. Mason Plumlee fits the bill.
Does such a great job consistently of coming in, being a physical player, setting screens and rolling. Probably an underrated part of his game is the way that he passes the ball, but never is going to get your team out of sorts with the way that Mason can play within his role.
6 to shoot. Here's Niang, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Tries it again, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
He seems to be in the right place at the right time more often than anybody that's on the court here tonight. We see that pay off.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Joe Ingles is checked in for Davis. Royce O'Neal comes in for George Niang. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for Jordan Clarkson. And Mike Conley is subbed in for Moutier. Denver shooting their first free throws of the game. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Jazz trail by 3, and keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, coming into the 2017 draft, Donovan Mitchell wasn't sure he was ready for the NBA. Mitchell said, I worked out in the summer with Paul George and Chris Paul. They were the ones who convinced me to keep my name in the draft. They said, look, you're good enough. Just go out there and show it. And Kevin, through a couple of seasons in Utah, that's exactly what Mitchell has done.
He has made an instant impact on the NBA and the Jazz. D.A., thank you. Denver leading by 3. Millsap looking it over. Jokic passes to Millsap with the second effort, and Jokic gets it to go.
Yeah, Jokic is not the quickest guy off the floor, but he uses his body well and great timing to get the offensive rebound.
Here's Ingles. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Ingles has got 8.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
And now here comes Conley leading the break. Mitchell with it. Now guarded by Porter. Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet. I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Conley kicks to Mitchell. Here's O'Neal. And that would have counted, but his shot was up. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
A pretty close game from the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. Nothing seemed to give way on either. And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. One of the stories here, Nikola Jokic getting it done today.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. And it's O'Neal in at the 3. That's the group right now for there he goes!
You don't want to be jumping on a play like that. No. Wow, he was up there, Kevin.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Porter kicks to Murray. Back to Porter. Here's Craig. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Out to Conley. Porter with the steal. Millsap down low. Ingles covering. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Here's Craig. Here's Jokic. Feeds to Millsap. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Millsap's got the lead up to 5 now for Denver. Conley dishes to Ingles. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Well, Greg, the rapid ascension of Nikola Jokic into NBA stardom has been nothing short of amazing. You know, he really is an elite center.
I mean, he's the best player on a very talented young team in the West. I would not be surprised to see him win an MVP in the next few years.
Passes it to O'Neal. Fires from deep. The Jazz with another miss. The Nuggets leading by 7. And there's the foul. It'll go on Joe Ingles. That's his first foul. A different look for Utah. Davis is checked in for Gobert. George Niang comes in for Joe Ingles. And it's Clarkson in for O'Neal. Here's Craig. Jokic trying to free himself up. A second chance effort. And it's blocked by Conley. Got a piece of it. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
That shot off the mark. Jokic with it. Conley picks him up. The kick out to Porter. The good-looking shot from the wing. Porter's got 6 points.
And shots like this are why people are just so high on Porter. Has such a quick release on that jumper. And the shot is good. The Denver lead has been cut down to 6 in the bucket from Mike Conley.
He's going to punish you, Kevin, if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open three when he's got it.
The Jazz making a switch here. Moutier is checked in. The Nuggets also changing it up. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Jokic. Cole comes in for Porter. And Morris subbed in for Torrey Craig. And it's Mason Plumlee with the foul. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Mitchell looking it over. Kicks it to Clarkson. Each team has a catalyst, Brent. Some guys are ball dominant, who play within the flow of the offense. Is there one approach better than the other?
Obviously, great coaches, Kevin, are going to find what it is that their best player does well. And as many times as I could get my best player into that situation, that's what I'm going to do. So if it's Harden in isolation, James Harden's going to be in isolation. If it's Steph Curry setting off-ball screens and relocating for threes, well, I'm going to do that too. So it all comes down to a fit with the player, his skill set, and how the coach wants to use that best.
Plumlee, the pass to Grant. And the wide open shot from Morris. And Davis pulls it down.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Pass for Moutier. Clarkson on the wing. Davis, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, that's a refreshing workman's approach to the game. Davis there beats everyone on the rebound and then finishes strong.
Ball kicks to Dozier. Up top, Plumlee. The dish to Ball. Back to Plumlee. Clock at 6. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. And the Nuggets lead by 4. The drive by Mitchell. The 8-footer. And Utah again with the bucket. For Denver, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Morris dishes to Plumlee. Good work there as it goes.
Well, for people who question some toughness and determination, Plumlee showing off that he can finish through contact and growing in both of those areas.
Davis down low. Working on Plumlee. Count it. And the Nugget lead has been cut down to just 2 points in the bucket from Davis. Morris passes to Bull. Here's Grant, and the dunk by Grant.
Trust me, defense wants to keep Grant out of the paint, and he wants to get in there. That's why.
Here's Mitchell. No good there. Good work defensively by Morris. Pass to Plumlee. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Floats it up for Davis. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Dozier passes to Morris. Davis with some nice D. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. Denver on top, up by 4. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. Taking a look at the Nuggets, Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then there's Murray. Then it's Michael Porter, and it's Daniels in at the 2 spot. Mike Conley's checked in for Utah. Denver leading by 4. Murray with it. The 3. The putback. It's good on the putback. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 11 rebounds.
Yeah, Jokic getting up there to the rim. Teammates love to see him doing that.
Porter kicks to Daniels. Drills the 3-pointer. And now a 9-point Denver lead.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be guarding him. Ridiculous laps there defensively.
And there's the pass to Conley. Another miss by Utah. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Denver Nuggets. They lead by their biggest margin of the game. 9.
And the medical red flags for Michael Porter Jr. caused him to slide to the Nuggets in the 2018 draft. 2 back surgeries in less than a year. An injury suffered initially in his sophomore year of high school. The risk is there, but if his body holds up, potentially a star in the making.
Here's Ingles. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Porter with the steal. Back to Murray. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists. And the Nuggets lead by 15.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That is his first foul of the game. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Gobert, the pass to Ingles. Good on the 3-point shot.
And with that 3-pointer, how about ending that 11-0 run by the Nuggets?
Here's Craig. Now the feed to Millsap. Gobert with the block. Right side, Conley. O'Neal. Up again. Rebound by the Nuggets. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Here's Craig. And the layup falls.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
On the wing, Porter. Ingles covering. O'Neal against Millsap. Back to Porter from past the arc. They get it back.
Jokic feeling it. Not much that D can do right now. He's in a great rhythm and is exploding offensively.
Conley's shot is off.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. Millsap grabs the miss. Here's Porter, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss. That kind of energy not wasted.
The drive by Jokic. Misses from short range.
We're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Nuggets.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Jokic.
I liked his aggressiveness here tonight, especially on the glass. He was not messing around.
There's 45 seconds left in the game. A shot by Clarkson, no good. Here's the Nuggets with the ball. They're on a 19-7 run. Passes it to Murray. Over Ingles. Murray, no good.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
This one for three. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
Get on, Nico.
And here's Jokic. Craig passes to Jokic. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight. Getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
And so it's Denver taking care of business in this. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge.